Hey guys, Zach Jamba here. So this is gonna be my quick review of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode 5. Damn, shit went down in this episode, and it's easily one of my most. It's one of the best single episodes of all of Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I loved it so much. The actual Trial of Seven is one of the most exciting battles that I've yet to see in a Westeros show. And damn, like it had dramatic tension. You really felt for Sir Duncan throughout the entire fight. I wasn't a huge fan of the flashback episodes to him as a kid. Ultimately, I liked it enough, but it felt misplaced. They should have saved it for next week's episode, which is more of like this is the payoff, and the next episode is going to be more of the actual ending of the story. Well, this particular story in Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But ultimately, him as a kid wasn't bad. I wasn't like, oh god, here we go, flashbacks. I was just like, feels a little misplaced. The actual trial itself is the meat of the thing, and you really feel for Sir Duncan. You feel his pain. He gets his ass handed to him so badly that I knew that Sir Duncan wasn't gonna die. I really did. But when Egg is yelling at him to get up, and he yells at the guy, wait! And Sir Duncan finally manages to pull himself up, getting the entire crowd to cheer for him. Throughout most of the fight, they're cheering for Prince Aerion, but Sir Duncan gets up and he beats the ever-loving shit out of Aerion Targaryen. I thought that was so awesome when he uses his shield and beats the shit out of him, telling him to say he yields, and then he yields. When he picks up Aerion and makes him tell the crowd, I withdraw. That was one of the most satisfying endings this battle could possibly have. And like in all Game of Thrones fashion, of course, a fan favorite character has to die. I found my graphic novel of the Hedge Knight, so I got it spoiled a little early for me. I completely forgot Baelor Targaryen dies, mostly because he was wearing his son's armor. So when Maegor hits him with the mace, I believe he lost a huge chunk out of his head. I completely forgot about that, and it shocked the hell out of me reading it in the comics. So when it actually happened in the show, I'm like, yeah, that's Game of Thrones for you. Fan favorite characters never last long. But I really did feel for Sir Duncan when Baelor's dying. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, he really, 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 like, Sir Duncan cannot catch a break. All I can say is rest in peace, Baelor Targaryen. You're one of my favorite characters in the show, and it's not going to be the same without you. See, it really sucks that no other characters in the trial actually died except Baelor. But again, Maegor was just trying to knock him out, probably. He wasn't really expecting to land a critical, fatal blow to him. And that is ultimately because he wasn't wearing his own armor, so it probably didn't fit right. But yeah, it still sucks that he died. He was one of my favorite characters, and Sir Baelor, you will be missed. So yeah, Egg was mostly at the side throughout the entire episode cheering for Sir Duncan. You really feel for Egg watching the night that he's a squire for almost die. And he was like saying, get up, get up. It was one of the most emotional scenes in all of Game of Thrones, I find. Yeah, this show's been a very good spin-off of Game of Thrones, I gotta say. When they first announced they're making the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I'm like, you don't really have to. I know that it's a popular book, but I was like, can you really make a Night of the Seven Kingdoms TV show that lives up to the source material? They did it, and this is again one of my most favorite. Game of Thrones I love, House of Dragons I love. This show I adore, and it might be my favorite Westeros Central show. Sir Duncan and Egg are easily my favorite duo in all of Game of Thrones shows. It's very different that we have a show that focuses on just two characters, while Game of Thrones and House of Dragons focus on millions of characters. You don't get to spend a whole lot of time with each and every one of them each episode. This episode, the focus of the show is on Sir Duncan and Egg, his squire, and it's been outstanding. I'm sure next week's episode will stick the landing. If it doesn't, I'd be shocked. So yes, that's my quick review of Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode 5. Easily one of my favorite episodes in all of George R. R. Martin shows. And yeah, like always, guys, subscribe to my channel for more, and take care. Love this episode.